I'm sure that a lot of us will know of the Scottish ballad, the legendary ballad of Tam Lin, which comes from the Scottish borders originally. And the most basic version of this story, because there are a couple, follows a young woman called Janet who has to rescue her lover Tam Lin from the Queen of the Fairies. It's said, according to the story, that Tam Lin was once a mortal man, but the Queen was so drawn to his almost otherworldly beauty and glamour that she stole him away to keep for herself. But speaking of glamour, here's an interesting fact. So there have been a couple of different versions of the Tam Lin story over the years, and one such version was written down by the Edinburgh-born writer Sir Walter Scott in his book Minstrelsy of the Scottish Borders. And he actually lived around Carter Hall for a while, which is where, in a lot of versions of the story, Tam Lin is said to have lived. And something interesting about Walter Scott that you may not know is that he invented the word glamour in its modern usage in his 1805 poem, The Lay of the Last Minstrel. So I'm going to read the part of that poem where the word glamour first appears in its anglicised version, the version that we would use today. Maybe think you of the spell of that sly urchin page. This to his lord did impart, and made him seem by glamour art a knight from hermitage. So this form of glamour, Glamour, again the one that we use nowadays, is an anglicisation of an earlier Scottish word glamour, Glamer. And glamour, in the older version, would originally have referred to a sort of spell that is specifically cast upon the eyes of a person so that they see things as being different than what they really are. So what Scott did was usher in with this new version of the word the modern meaning, which refers to a person, place, or thing which is so beautiful or so interesting that they cast a sort of spell over the person that sees them. So really, is it any wonder that people find Edinburgh such a beautiful place to visit when it was an Edinburgh man who literally invented glamour?